Hi, my name is Olivia Cruz, and today I will be talking to you about how my art has changed throughout the years and how I've learned to experiment with all of my different types of mediums and become the artist that I am now. So deeply in my life, I have been an artist since I was a child. I've always been the artistic kind, and I personally think that art is the most emotional thing that you can do, but also at the same time it is the most comforting, it's the most loving thing that I can do personally, and a lot of other people can do to make their lives better. And I personally believe that all of this is freedom of my expression. So the first piece I'm going to show you was a piece that I did in 6th or 7th grade, I believe. And it is actually, I used to love portraits, which I still do, but I don't do as much. But this one was made using oil pastel crayons out of a very cheap box that I got from Michael's. And this was a very proud piece of mine back in 2013, 2014. And then a few years later, when I got to probably around 8th grade, I made this piece out of acrylic, which half the side is a fairy wing and half of the side is a butterfly wing. Shows expression and creativity and how we're all different. Very mediocre bees that have been drawn. This was a really creative piece for me at the time because I usually followed art as an example instead of creating really what came from my mind, which you'll see in the end. And then we have one of my first oil pieces I've ever done, and this was freshman year of high school, I believe. I used a palette knife and oil paint to create a colored portrait of myself. In colors also, green being my favorite color, but purple being my least favorite. So I tried to experiment with the colors there. This was, I think, around 2017. And then we're gonna go to my experimentation, probably junior year, with charcoals and the woman that I drew. Of course, there goes the face that I'm still not perfect at. The forehead's a little too big, but this was a piece that I was really proud of. One of my very first charcoal pieces I've ever done of a full portrait. So as you can tell, I'm getting a little better. And then we have one of my favorite pieces, which is just, this was a very open piece for me to do. And I really love it. It was on my wall for a while. I love the colors. I've never really done black and gray like this before. And I love jellyfish. So I thought this one in probably 2015, this was a hit. This was a hit. And then what you'll get is one of my latest oil pieces, which I am extremely, incredibly proud of, because this was one of the first things that I created that I truly, truly loved in my school art class. So as you can tell, I'm currently going and I'm being more expressive and I'm being more creative, and that is my whole thing. My thing is that art is expression and art is whatever you want. So as these years have gone on, I have decided to take the initiative and make my own piece. And this is one that I'm working on currently, 2021. It is a full-blown 30 by 40 acrylic Simpsons trippy painting, considering that's my favorite adult cartoon in the whole world. And therefore, you can see my growth throughout all these years, but you can also tell how I kind of, with this piece that, I'll show you one more time, but this piece, how I've let it go.